Welcome to the podcast for the sisters and bros. It will make you laugh from your head to your toes. Talking about their lives, from the highs to the lows. And the name of the title goes, The Sloppy Joes.
Welcome everyone to the Sloppy Joes podcast. Friday's episode. You catch us though in mid-conversation as Ethan James, I'm Joe, that's Joe.
Hello.
Can't say a word. And what is the word, Ethan?
What do you have on cakes?
Well, I've just learnt the answer, but I thought it was icing. You put icing, sugar icing. I thought it was icing.
Icing.
You went icing. You went icing.
Icing. But you know it's icing sugar.
Just icing.
Icing, yeah, just icing. Anyway, what a start. Right, this is Friday's episode. We bring a big headline of the week
Big headlines.
to you guys.
Oh, big cough.
Sorry about it. I'm very sorry about that. That was a bit rude, wasn't it? And yeah, we're always looking for stories as well. Get them into SloppyJoesPodcast@gmail.com. Can I start off?
I'd love you to start.
What have I told you, Ethan and Joe, that yesterday was a World Championship day where someone was crowned the best at what they did in the world? What if the best thing they did took them 36 seconds to do, sorry. And what if this happened in Wigan? What if yesterday the World Pie Eating Championships took place in Wigan? What if I went to meet the pie master, Tony Callahan, yesterday to chat about the fact that this has been going on for 26 years? And what if I've got two pies.
No!
Oh,
You brought pies! Have you brought pies?
Yeah. The exact pies you get.
So these are, so we're going to do a pie eating competition now?
Well, you can. These are the exact pies you get, Ethan.
No one's eating that fucker in 30 seconds.
36.
It's so dense.
Come here. Now, let me tell you a little bit of the pie eating competition. In Wigan, every year, apart from the last two.
That buttery top on that.
Apart from the last 2 years, take it with you. That's yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Apart from the last 2 years.
Where's yours? Ate it on the way in.
37 seconds.
34 seconds.
Second off.
But it was unofficial because you were erect at the time. We can't count this. We want to put the video on the Facebook page.
Shut up. Let me tell you about the
Why is he covered in gravy?
No lubrication as well, apparently.
Really?
And that would rule me out. I was like,
How are you going to get this up your arse in 36 seconds if you're not allowed lube?
what if that would count?
It's gone. That's what you didn't say. I said I had to eat it. You didn't say I had to eat it with my mouth. I've eaten it with my trousers.
The pie eating competition has started in 1997 in a place in Wigan, and people come from around the world to take part in it.
Around the world, did you say?
A world, mate.
Wow.
And it was a big competition in 2019 between a guy called Ian Gerrard and Martin Appleton. They were neck and neck, but only a split second put Barry into the lead.
Sorry. You said Ian Gerrard and Martin Appleton.
Yeah, sorry, Ian and
Who
Martin.
the fuck is Barry?
No, I got my names mixed up. Right, so his 2019 was against Ian and Martin. Right? Keep with me.
So Ian Gerrard, Martin Appleton.
And we all thought that this year would be against them two again.
So who won that year?
Barry. Ian won.
Gerrard won.
Ian won.
Oh, bastard.
So we all thought
slip.
Martin against Ian would be this year's big competition. Barry's come out of nowhere. Barry's entered the ring.
Yeah.
Fucking that's like a triple threat match. Barry has then beaten Ian and Martin this year to be crowned the champion, eating it in 35.6 seconds.
That's incredible.
They are the pies that they use.
So what is obviously going to happen now is Ethan's going to try and eat this pie in under 36 seconds.
Well, are you not going to try?
Well, I can't, you see.
Why?
I'm vegetarian.
It's cheese and onion.
It's beef, meat and potato. So Ethan,
You can eat it.
I think you should go first, Ethan.
Right, Ethan, you go first.
Right, let me just.
So we're going to set a timer. Let's see how fast you can eat this pie.
I'm going to make it messy.
You want to get a bin bag or something?
I'll get a bin bag.
And just put it, lay it down.
Right, so
we'll chat before that. So, did you get to chat to the winners? Were you at the contest?
I couldn't make the actual contest. One of the reporters went. I went to see the setup of it, meet Tony, the pie master. Do you know when...
you just put the word master at the end of things.
Do you know when...
Pie master.
What is COVID, when the Premier League was allowed back, Tony wrote to Boris Johnson and asked him, can, elite sports allowed back, so why isn't pie eating And Boris didn't reply. But he did make the front page of the Daily Star. So there's a lot done it about the British press.
It does actually, yeah.
So it was great to have him back. He was supposed to be, this was 2022 one, but train strikes last Christmas.
Fucking hell. He's had no fucking luck, this bloke, has he? So he couldn't do it in 2020 because, for some reason, which no one knows, pie eating isn't considered elite sport. And he couldn't do 2022 because of the train strikes. So this is still 2018.
Yeah.
Because he was on holiday that year. So it keeps getting pushed back.
Keeps getting pushed back. So it happened yesterday, midday on a Tuesday. So weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know why. But Ethan, do you want to give it a go?
So if you get the timer up on your phone.
Yeah. I'm going to give you 40 seconds.
You've got 40 seconds. Let's see how much you can eat.
Put a camera on you, Ethan.
Okay.
See how much you can eat in 40 seconds. You're allowed to de-sheath it.
Yeah, I've de-sheathed it, so I've got it. It is quite a sizable pie.
Especially for a man of your... What?
Calibre?
No, not calibre, more sort of
Size.
ineptitude.
Oh, yes.
Physically.
Yeah. I really hope I don't get a stomach ache.
So you got to sit up straight so we can see you on the camera.
Right.
You got your timer ready? So you got 40 seconds.
I'm going to give you 40 seconds. 5 more. Right. Are you ready, Ethan James?
Right, okay.
Stay on your camera.
I've got my hands ready, so...
You need to...
Now, remember, you're from Newcastle, you know. Pies are big, Greg's and all that, you know.
Yeah.
I do remember that I'm from Newcastle.
Right. I thought you forgot for a second.
Whack! 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, he's proper
He's
good
really
chunk
smashing it
in
in.
that.
Move to your left a little bit,
Nice.
Ethan. So as you can see here, he's
good.
adopting a sort of smash and go type tactic.
Right, audio listeners, he looks like he's struggling a little bit, but the
He is,
second
but you know
mouthful
what?
was
He's not doing
great,
badly.
Ethan.
He's
Come
doing
on,
well. Come on, lad.
Come on!
How long's gone, Joe?
Fucking love it. Half the time
He's
gone.
struggling to pick the pie up, actually.
This is interesting.
Swallow it, just swallow it,
Just
big boy.
Swallow it,
Swallow
mate.
the
Come on,
pie.
Ethan. Come on.
Get it down, you big mouthfuls. Come on. You're never
Get
going
it
to break the world
in,
record like
get
this.
in, mate.
This is impressive stuff, Ethan.
5.
Come on, one more mouthful. 3, one more. Go, 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 go. Yes, yes, yes.
What's happened to you?
Fell off the chair.
Wow. Ethan James, how are you,
You
Ethan?
did all right.
Oh,
How are you,
God.
Ethan? Just tell us quickly. Is it nice?
Yeah.
It did all right,
Are you
didn't
going
it?
to do it?
I'll have a go.
Do you
Nah,
feel-
actually, I think that's enough for one episode.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe we can release it
It's,
to a Patreon special.
It's
Also,
corned beef.
it was what?
Corned beef?
No, it's not corned beef.
Well,
It's not corned beef.
I'm impressed by how well he did there.
No. Also, these aren't the pies. I just bought these from Spar. They're a little bit bigger.
These need cooking before
Yeah,
you
these
eat
need
them.
cooking. They've got raw chicken in.
are you joking?
No, I'm not going to kill you, Ethan. But they were on the. Yeah.
Surely the ones that they ate weren't that big.
No, they're a little bit smaller. Yeah, so.
Are you joking? I would proper give him that a go on that.
Yeah, well, you did really well.
Honestly, Ethan.
Honestly,
I'm not
you
just
did
saying
really well.
You did very well there. What would you
Okay.
consider going down next year?
I'd love to. I love daft things like that. I'd happily go down and
I'm
give it
really
a watch.
impressed by that.
Give it a bite, at least.
No, I'll say that for a bit.
So, congratulations to Barry.
Well done, Barry.
You smashed it. But the next year's one, I feel like there's 2 championships we should go to next year. The pie eating one,
Yeah.
but also there's one in Ramsbottom where they lob black puddings.
Black pudding, yeah. They toss them.
The black pudding competition. We should go to that as well.
Why did they throw them?
You got to try and throw them up to hit as many Yorkshire puddings down from a platform as possible.
What? I don't understand.
I don't really understand it either, Ethan, but it's good fun.
Yeah.
Ramsbottom's a good day out, you know.
All right. What platform? Like an
No, just like
a
one
train
that's on a ledge,
station.
like they create a little ledge
Oh,
on
yeah,
top
yeah.
of a pub.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've just been sick in my mouth.
what from Ethan's?
From watching Ethan eat that pie. I've got my full food poisoning.
I do feel a bit.
You've just eaten a whole pie in about 2 minutes.
I haven't
it's
hit
raw.
the whole pot.
And you've eaten a raw meat pie.
Just a little bit.
You've done
You
well
did
there.
pretty well,
You've
mate.
only got the smile left.
Ethan James, Joe Smith. Do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Actually, no, Ethan, you go next. Because I've got an idea.
Still struggling?
Go on, Ethan. Give
Well,
us your story.
That
That was great, that,
it's
Joe.
just-
Thank you for that.
This is quite a sobering story, but nonetheless quite bizarre. The title of the story, and I don't think you'll quite believe this when I say it, because it is quite
Is it Ethan
unbelievable.
gets to the end of a fucking story? Is that what the title is?
fucking hell.
I won't believe that.
It's called Kansas Man Dies,
Oh, God.
which is obviously sad.
It's not.
But- Do you want me to get to it, Joe?
I'd rather. I hope it's going to turn around at some point.
Oh, fucking pie. Oh, sorry. Kansas man dies after being shot by dog in truck. Please say.
Wow. The dog was in a truck.
So the dog's got a driver's license.
What's going on here, Ethan?
So it says here, Joe, a man has died after a dog stepped on a rifle and shot him from the rear of a truck in the U.S. state of Kansas.
Anything else, or is this all you're bringing to us? He shot a poor innocent man.
We don't know he was innocent.
Yeah,
What was he
true.
doing with that dog in the truck?
Yeah,
That's my question.
The county sheriff's office said a canine belonging to the owner of the pickup stepped on the rifle, causing the weapon to discharge. The fired round struck the passenger, who died of his injuries on the scene.
Wow. If you had to be killed by any animal and any weapon, what's your animal and weapon?
Maybe a badger with a bazooka. That'd be unbelievable. If your last image is a badger holding a bazooka, I once killed a beaver.
That's not a badger.
You once killed a beaver?
Killed a beaver. I'm sure you've killed a few in yours. Certainly killed the mood.
It was a badger. Sorry, it was a badger. I once killed a badger, and it once ruined my car as well.
So wait. So when you say it ruined your car, was it like kicking off, going, "I hate you, you dickhead"? So you had to strangle it to death, or when you say it ruined your car, you just hit it with your car so hard that it exploded and ruined your car.
It did explode. So what happened was I was
It
driving.
ruined my car. You've just fucking killed an animal.
I was driving down an A road and I saw what I thought was a beaver, but it turned out to be a badger.
So you saw a beaver, you went, fuck it, put your foot down. It's not every day you get a chance to kill a beaver. Oh no, it's a badger, stop!
Here's what happened. I was driving quite quickly, right? Not just the speed limit, by the way. 45, it was a 50. And at that point, the badger made its route to run from one side of the road to the other side. Now, here's what happened. I'm going about 40 miles an hour. I was actually going pretty slow. Behind me, there's two cars. I got my mates in the car as well.
So you drunk driving?
No.
Oh, sorry.
It's a normal day.
Oh, sorry.
Drunk driving. So I'm thinking, right, here's my logic. If I hit this badger now at 40, it's just going to break a couple of bones and his life's over, really. I can't brake because the car behind me will go straight into me. I just put my foot down. What would you have done? What would you have done?
How big's a badger?
Oh, big. What would you have done there, Joe? Honestly, would you have hit it at 40, knowing that you probably just disabled it?
What fucking badger do you think can survive being hit by a car at 40 miles an hour? They're the size of like a fucking dog, a small dog.
I honestly thought at 40, maybe I'd just clip it a little bit, so you
just
like
spin it, just
break
like
its
off
bum or
into the distance
something.
like that. Like you've been just knocked out of Super Smash Bros.
Do you not think it
Up
was
into the air.
more humane for me to just really make sure it was going
That
to
was
die?
so grandiose, more humane.
Yeah, but I've got a point there, haven't I?
So how fast were you going when you hit it?
I hit it about 35, 40, and that's been... No, I was driving 35, 40.
Yeah.
I put my foot down to about 50.
You saw a badger and went, fucking...
No,
Can I just tell you something else?
And it broke my polo.
You eating mints? Can I tell you something else?
Even dad's mints.
If you'd have been driving at 40, it might have had enough time to get off the road.
Yeah, but hindsight's a great thing. And it wasn't with me at the time. And unfortunately, I carry that badger's death with me.
I wonder what that
go.
smell was. So I love that. If you'd have slowed down just even a bit, just enough that the person behind you...
No, the person behind me would have crashed into
But if
me,
you'd have just gently slowed down, let's say you've just down to 30 or 25,
I don't know if you're listening.
you not slamming your brakes on, just a gentle slow down, that badger might have had enough time to get off the road. Instead, you went...
Yeah, sad, isn't it?
I once had a pet cricket.
Did you... Okay.
Who the fucking Pinocchio fucker are you?
So where did you keep the cricket?
So what
Give
happened?
a little whistle.
So what happened was...
Pet cricket! That is literally Pinocchio! What are you doing?
So I was in, I think I was in France or Spain or something when I was a kid. And you know when you go to, like, there was like kids clubs or whatever that your parents send you to. There was a cricket just jumping around, and this kid stamped on it, and I was like, you fucker. And the cricket was still alive, so I picked up the cricket and put it in a little box.
Did you say to the kid, why did you stamp on it? He went, well, my foot was already coming down. I thought if I brought it down slowly, it might have only disabled the cricket, and it would only have died in the wild. So I thought, let's stamp on it, make sure it's definitely dead. Was that kid Joe McGrath by any chance?
It wasn't me.
I would never want to meet a demon child like that. He wasn't that evil. I think he just was a silly kid.
You are a demon child. You had pets that you would leave for weeks on end and return to see if they survived.
That wasn't my choice. That was the choice of my family.
So
the Manson family.
One of the things that really come up a lot, people correspondence to Sloppy Joes, is about Ethan's crazy pets.
Yeah.
These pets that you'd buy, and it would sort of be like the Bear Grylls sort of. You'd leave them for a week and see if they could survive.
Yeah.
You had pets in the way that the lobsters at the front of a Chinese restaurant are pets. They are doomed from the moment of purchase.
Well,
you called one of your pets Davros 1, knowing that we would soon have to buy Davros 2.
Because he was going to die in a week.
Well, listen, that's not true. Davros had a neck tumour and just came out of nowhere. Anyway, to counter that accusation, the cricket I took back to England in a little box.
Is that allowed?
I don't know. I just took them back.
Definitely illegal, but that's fine.
Took them back to the UK and I had them in a little like blue box, and that's where I just kept him in the fridge after that because he's.
Sorry.
The fridge.
You kept. So it.
What are you talking
So
about?
it lived in Spain.
In a really warm.
So let's say you're on holiday. You probably went in the summer.
Yeah.
So that was probably 30 degrees, and you thought,
Sorry, Joe.
let's do that in fucking Fahrenheit and put it in the fridge.
I didn't make that clear. I put him in the fridge because he died. We also had.
You
here's
brought
one
home
for-
a dead
here's
cricket
one- here's
to
one
stick
for-
in the fridge. So whilst your mum's brought back the shop in the big shop, she's got your food, your bed, she's stuck in the fridge. Oh, sorry, she moved Ethan's dead cricket out of the way. What are you talking about?
Did you feed it?
Not when it was dead.
No, before it died.
And
Did you feed it?
also, there was like a little blue, like a box that I don't know what the box is before. It's not big enough to keep like a sandwich in, but it was like a plastic container. And on reflection, that would not have had any holes in, would it? That would have been.
You killed a pig. You killed it.
So you stole a cricket from its natural habitat,
Well, listen.
and instead of it being stomped to death, which is an instant death like that, no pain, no suffering, you slowly suffocated it to death in a Tupperware.
You're starting to feel like why I was in
Why are
the
you
right.
pretending to be Geordie?
Why I was in the right.
I can't believe. So your history. We're going to come back to your history.
How
of
many
killing.
I need to
dead
tell
how many
you-
dead pets have you got?
Do you want the story of the fish this week or next week?
No, this week.
How
Go on.
good is the fish story?
We want it now. Whatever.
Well, at university, so we had like there's two.
So it's not even just his childhood then.
No, so at university, Bill, you know Bill, producer Bill from Stretford Paddock back in the day. He was my housemate, and we had two fish called Shola after Shola Miobi and O'Neill after the Sunderland footballer, most famously from the documentary Sunderland Till I Die.
No, hold on. That was so boring, that last sentence you just said then. That was honestly one of the worst sentences we've ever said on Sloppy Joe's podcast. It
Anyway.
was so long it meant nothing at the same time. It was, I can't, when the listeners are never getting that 10 seconds back. I can't believe you.
Go on, lad.
Well, O'Neill died quite early on.
Because it fucking did.
Did a funeral.
What did
for
you
him.
do? Why don't this
Sunderland
fish
Till I
like
Die.
being in this gravel pit?
Sunderland Till I Die, the documentary is dead in that.
Yeah. Fucking Salford till you have died.
Well, anyway, he's dead. And we're moving to the new accommodation, and we've got Shola. Oh, and there's another one. I can't remember what he's called.
Can't even remember the fucking name of this one. Dead
Anyway,
immediately.
so it was my job, because Bill was away quite a bit, for me to look after these fish that had survived a year or so. These fish had survived terrible nights out where people have came back drunk
Sorry,
and poured
terrible nights
vodka
out. You're
in the
taking these
tank.
fish out to a nightclub with you.
What's going on with these? Why are you letting people pour vodka in
I'll
your
have
fish tank?
a Guinness for me and Shola probably just have a couple of shots of whiskey, please.
Interestingly, I think it might have been Shola, the other fish that can correct me. When the vodka was poured in the tank, he kept going towards the bit of vodka in the corner.
Yeah,
he bloody loved it.
To fucking end it all, probably.
Anyway, new house, 2 fish surviving, and summer arrives. It's summer, and the fish are doing absolutely fine. And the tank's just on the windowsill in the kitchen. And I'm trying to keep these fish going. I'm doing everything I can.
It's a fish. It's not hard to look after a fish, is it? I'm trying to
clean the
fish
water
going.
out every 2 weeks and put a bit of fucking fish food in it.
So what happened was one of them just started his face just blew up, massive and that, and he obviously didn't look quite well. And they were just moving a lot slower. They were just floating around really slow, like zombie fish almost. And I thought, this is not right. Both of them at the same time. How? So I simply changed the water, kept changing everything in the food. I just couldn't work it out. Anyway, a week later, they're both dead. And I didn't know what to do. Then I worked out they were cooking because it was in front of the window.
They were cooking.
And it was like a greenhouse, essentially.
You slowly cooked your fish to death.
But I just couldn't work it out. But on reflection, I'm like, all I needed to do was not keep changing the tank every year. Just move it a foot to the left.
I love
Can
that.
I quickly tell you a story to do with Darryl,
Fuck
right?
me.
Darryl was moving out of house in Salford to ours during lockdown. And I pick him up and he's got all of his stuff in the back and he's fixed everything like that. And then he's got a quality street box on him, on his lap like that. And I didn't say anything and we were driving like that. And we were braking a little bit, driving a little bit, and he was gasping a bit. Every time we took a corner or I broke, he was like, his heart was going a little bit and he was scared to death of me driving. So slow down a little bit, slow down a little bit.
But you're not like a scary driver.
I'm not a scary driver, but every corner or every time I broke, he was really on edge, on fucking edge. And at the end of the car, I was like, Darryl, what's up with you? He opens the Quality Street tin. It's his fish pet. He's in the fucking tin. Can you believe that?
Why didn't he say anything?
I don't know why he didn't tell me. I said, Darryl, you wouldn't... Ooh, like that. He was the fish is in there on a ride of his life. What?
Was it on his sweet stuff?
It was alive. It was good.
Wow. Sorry, it's funny you say that, Drew. Just to quickly...
Joe will never get
Sorry. Just to quickly finish. I put the fish in a Heinz tin can of beans, and I put it in the freezer. And then
What is your obsession with cooling down dead animals?
Why are you putting
You're like
a fish
fucking
in the
Jeffrey
freezer?
Dahmer putting body parts in the freezer.
Anyway,
No, not anyway. Why are you freezing all this shit? Fucking throw it away.
I froze it so I could take it to the golf course to bury it.
To hit it off a tee,
I
probably.
honestly thought you meant put it on a tee and thought, in a bit.
See you later, Shola. 200 yards. Right, can I read my story?
You got like 4 minutes,
enough of this death and animal business.
You got any good stories?
Jesus Christ. Pig dishes out dose of revenge by killing butcher who tried to slaughter it.
What's going on here? Why have we got 2 stories? Why have we...
A Chinese butcher was killed by his own pig in what appears to be a case of tragic karma. Police in Hong Kong confirmed that the 61-year-old shot the animal with a stun gun before it regained consciousness and knocked him over. Another colleague found him dead with a meat cleaver still in his hand and an injured left foot. While detectives are yet to determine the cause of death, it seems that the pig caused the butcher to stab himself with the knife.
What, like mind control?
It's unclear whether the pig managed to escape its fate. Like it went, right, boys, get out now.
Big Darren Brown. What's he trying to do to the butcher?
Hong Kong's Labour Department has launched an investigation and has said it will recommend safety improvements. A spokesperson has said the Labour Department is saddened by the death of a person and has expressed its deepest sympathy to his family. Yeah. Very, very interesting stuff. It says here, pigs are highly intelligent because of their capacity for social interaction, emotional contagion, ability to feel pain, and general hygiene. They are rarely violent animals, except when protecting their young.
Wow. Babe Pig in Prison.
I know.
That's the sequel, isn't it?
Pig in the Slammer.
Pig in the Slammer.
You won't want to be a pig in there, those juicy pink butt cheeks. So it's been a day for animals fighting back. That's all we'll say. Do you know what? You don't think of it as a dangerous job, do you, being a butcher, but...
Yes, you do.
What?
You're working with massive knives.
Yeah, but sometimes they fight back and you can't really blame the pig, can you?
I thought the butchers don't really kill animals.
Sorry.
I thought that's what happens in the abattoir.
In the where?
The abattoir.
You got a really lovely way of saying that.
Do you think the pig could have just smothered him to death in a way?
What?
Sat those big juicy legs across his nose and mouth. And just
That loin. Hit him with that loin knockout.
could medallion him to death.
Yeah, imagine those medallions all over your little chops. You like it, don't you? You're getting a bit
I might
into
become a butcher
Yeah.
just for this moment. Well, there we go then. Another episode. 2 deaths. One by dog, one by pig.
Ethan ate a raw pie and he's going to get food poisoning immediately, which
He
is
won't be here for the
fantastic.
next one, which is a
No,
shame.
no.
Who will replace you, Ethan?
When you get food poisoning and you're in bed.
You could get it's usually Jay fills in, doesn't he? He's
What
quite
about if
popular.
one of your ex-pets had to fill in? Which one would you say did the better job?
Charlie used to talk all the time. Charlie Cat. He loved to chat. He'd always talk back to you. Good conversation.
What about the one that just sort of stared and dribbled?
Oh, that was Rambo.
Yeah, that's more
Yeah.
like you, isn't it?
Especially when you're hungover.
Sometimes I look at you and think, is Rambo over there?
And sometimes I look at you and think, did Rambo exist? Or was that just you from the ages of 2 to about 13? And your mum talks to you and goes, we used to have a cat that would just sit in the chair and he wouldn't go to school and he didn't have any friends and he just used to dribble on his lap. And it turns out, Ethan, Rambo is you.
Wow. And on
Sadly, isn't
that
it?
cliffhanger.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching.
Send in wacky news stories to sloppyjoespodcast@gmail.com. We'll read them out, go through them, tear them apart. Ideally, no animals killing humans, because that was an
done it.
unknown theme of the day.
Yeah.
I didn't know Ethan was going to come out with that story. Fantastic. Hit subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Ethan. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wave, Ethan, please.
Oh, yeah, yes. See you later, everyone. Bye. Bye.